got it at 3.5.
Civic with the
Turbo Honda Civic R18 A1, guys. We got it running, we got it working. We've been driving probably for a week on this setup. So far things are looking pretty fantastic, but we are running into boosting issues, right? So let me tell you a little bit about the problem we're currently having, so stay tuned for the entire video. All right, I'm base tuning it. I'm tuning this car myself, guys. I started tuning probably about 6 months ago, and I've been tuning naturally aspirated here and there. And you know, I'm just getting used to it. I'm learning every day. And essentially, I'm driving this car. I set my boost cut at about 5 psi. So once the manifold absolute pressure sensor sees 5 pounds of boost in the intake manifold, it shuts off the ignition, I believe. And it's a safety parameter so you don't blow the motor. And we've been hitting that boost cut pretty frequently. I'm saying probably about, you know, 30% throttle, maybe less. We're already hitting boost cut. So then I increased the boost cut with some fuel tuning to 8 pounds of boost, and we're just about hitting the boost cut at about 35% throttle, part throttle. So that's a concern. And on today's video, we're gonna do a few things to kind of lessen the boost, right? We're gonna take off the front bumper. We're gonna check all the intercooler piping, which I'm pretty sure it's really nice and tight because we're boosting already so much. This little puppy spools up really quick, guys, which is great. But two problems: we're running 310cc Honda Civic Si fuel injectors, and those things running a 10 air fuel ratio right now because we're running super rich. We're just about at 85% injector duty cycle, which that is not enough to run that kind of air fuel ratio. So I'm trying to dial back the air fuel ratios to around 11.5 right now, again, just to be extra super safe. And hopefully those injectors will be enough once it's dialed in, but we might run into a problem where we need bigger injectors. And then the next option would be Acura RDX injectors, 410cc, or Dishworks 450 or 512cc injectors. That will be next on the list. The SI injectors are awesome because they're just plug and play. The other ones, you have to have adapters for them. But what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take off the wastegate actuator rod, and we're gonna decrease the preload on it because we increased the preload to put it on the flapper. But I'm pretty happy with where it's at right there. Just a little bit of pressure to keep it tight, and that looks pretty good to me. I can lock that up, and hopefully that's good, and it's happy medium between building boost and having a good power band. I'm okay decreasing the preload now, knowing that this thing boosts up so super fast, and I wanna be able to give it more throttle without it boost cutting. So that's what I'm gonna do. Another thing we can do in the future is actually just take the wastegate actuator out, right? Take this whole wastegate actuator out and open the flap completely. And if we're gonna drive and build boost with the wastegate flap completely open, that means the pressure restrictions, such as this big restrictive downpipe, is actually creating boost because it's not able to flow the exhaust gases out well enough. And I'm also running, for the most part, what is a stock exhaust. I modified the muffler just a little bit. I cut it internally and took off some of the baffles there, but it's essentially a stock 2¼ inch exhaust, I believe. So yeah, let's get started, guys. I'll show you more footage once we're underneath and show you what I'm doing. Honestly, probably the most tedious process was to get that C-clip off, and I got it off, guys, and I didn't lose it right there. So now we're gonna take that wastegate actuator arm off, decrease the preload, put it back in, and we're gonna have to modify this C-clip because we're never gonna be able to take it off smoothly. So what I'm planning on doing, I'm planning actually to weld another piece right here, like a inch long or something like that, so then I could put some pliers and just pull it down in the future. We'll see. You guys see that rod right there? So I took it off. I decreased the preload about 1.5 turns, so now it just fits straight onto the wastegate flap there. No preload essentially, and that should decrease the boost pressure. I mean, it'll be bleeding off a lot easier, so hopefully it regulates that. You know, I'd be happy with 8 pounds of boost altogether, but with the way this is set up and this restrictive downpipe, it seems like that boost is just creeping up. Again, I haven't went wide open throttle yet because I'm dialing everything in, but I think this is a good idea and I'm going with it. I'm rolling with it. So we'll see how the logs look. We'll see how the boost pressure looks like after. Alright guys, I got the C-clip. I kind of grinded it off. I took some other metal that I had laying around very thin, and essentially what I want to do is connect it like so. So underneath the car, whenever I need to take this C-clip off, I can just grab onto this, pull down, and it's gonna make my life a lot easier. Now guys, if you don't know, we're welding with the Prime Weld AC/DC TIG. We're gonna be welding in DC. I'm brand new to welding, but hopefully we don't burn it out. I got a gas tank last time, guys. This gas tank full of argon was probably around $280 to $300, and I welded one time practicing, right? I can show you guys my welds that I was practicing. Not the best at all, but you know, you got to start somewhere. And somehow I guess I didn't tighten the valve on the argon tank all the way, and within a week or so, half my argon tank was gone. So as you can see, it used to be right at 2,500. Now it's mostly gone, so that sucks. Make sure you tighten those argon tanks really tight because they're under super high pressure and that's expensive gas. So let's go ahead, let's put our gear on. Let's try to see if we can tack this on. All right, so I'm all set up over here. Let's see what happens. Totally forgot the ground clamp, you see? Noob welder. I got no ground clamp connected. Alright, now it should be better. 20 amps. I have no idea if that's enough, but we'll find out. Oh, touch the tungsten. Well, I tell you, I have no idea what I'm doing. That's okay, boys. That's okay. We totally screwed that one up, huh? Too much heat. Rod. It's just, I don't know. It is what it is. We'll try to fix it. Alright, okay, I agree. It's not beautiful, but this is definitely going to work. And like I said, it's going to be so much easier to take this C-clip off compared to before, where honestly it took me over an hour to try to get this off. I'm going to pop this back in the car right now. It just started raining a little bit, but I think I'll be able to finish up, put the bumper back on, and then hit it, get a rip on it, see how the boost control is. the rain got us, boys, but we still gotta do what we gotta do. I cleaned the underside of the oil pan. I used super clean to degrease it. I just had a few little leaks there that I wasn't sure if I caught last time, so now for sure it's clean. Again, we'll be monitoring for leaks as we're driving, but I think we are good. So I gotta get underneath, put all the clips in, tighten few things up here, put this one up, and we can set it down, go for a drive. All right, guys, first things first, I'm gonna upload the new tune onto the vehicle. Pretty much we're running really rich at boost pressure, so we're just dialing it back about 2 to 4% at a time just to see how consistent we are. Uploads take about 2 minutes, and then we're gonna go for a little drive. There we go.
I ain't here for the money, I ain't here for the fame. Though it might be nice to own a jet plane, I'ma do it all for you. Come along and see it's true, but the world is pretty cold. You might need a sweater too. I'ma put a ride on ya, kid from California, trying to make it in life. In school they never taught ya. Dreams